American people can well be proud of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and every citizen can profit by Director Hoover's repeated warnings. Says Director Hoover, we cherish our American institutions and our heritage of freedom.
Exclusive. Top FBI agent died after uncovering Hillary Clinton funneled billions of tax dollars from State Department to Clinton Foundation and cronies. High-ranking FBI officials are spilling the beans on a massive cover-up in the D.C. area involving Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the State Department, and a scheme that steered untold billions of dollars, tax dollars, your tax dollars, to the Clinton Foundation and Clinton Associates. Now, Thomas Paine, over at the True Pundit, broke this story on his Patreon show on Tuesday night, as well as his new podcast. And the Justice Department is implicated too, not to mention the disturbing implications surrounding the mysterious death of the FBI's top financial crimes investigator, who was privy to the details of this scheme while leading the Bureau's investigation into the Clinton Foundation. Even by Washington, D.C. standards, criminal conspiracies do not get any deeper than this newly minted Clinton-linked scandal. We all knew it, and the stakes here are as large as the corruption. All eyes are going to be on this. Billions of dollars in U.S. tax monies swiped from the U.S. Treasury while Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, and it was funneled to shell companies and associates who kicked back untold hordes of cash to the Clinton Foundation and, in a sense, to the Clintons themselves. We are talking about billions of dollars that were just literally stolen, folks, siphoned, funneled. One top-level federal source said it wasn't millions, not millions, but billions. It's absolutely massive. And other members of the Obama administration are involved. Attorney General William Barr's Justice Department has been giving Hillary Clinton and the other Democratic politician all just another free pass. And federal agents are beyond steamed. Now, folks, unless this is all part of the plan, but I am calling for this to come out now. There is no covering it up. So William Barr needs to, move quick to keep his public image, if that's what you want to call it, anywhere intact. You look at the size of the corruption and realize why Hillary warehoused all her State Department emails on a private server and destroyed thousands upon thousands of these emails so that no one could get a look at her side deals. This is what Paine went into on his podcast. Now, Thomas Paine broke the story on his Patreon show on Tuesday night. I highly recommend you listen to it. I'll play a little excerpt here in a second, but it was his all-new podcast. So Paine said that the information continues to pour in, and this newly revealed massive Clinton scheme, he said more stories will be forthcoming, including details of when and how much money was and who else was involved from the Obama administration itself. Here is an excerpt from that podcast. I'll read this here. So we're finding that the deceased top FBI special agent, Sal Cincella, allegedly public suicide, was a member of a team that was investigating the Clinton Foundation and had witnessed and investigated the fact that the large amounts of money were being moved by the Hillary Clinton through the Clinton Foundation, coming in and coming out. That traces back all the way to the State Department during the exact time that she was Secretary of State. This is the first time, or the first proof that anybody has that she was actually taking money, public money from the State Department while she was Secretary of State, and moving it around to her cronies linked to the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton cartel, and Cincinella, who was part of the FBI who was looking into all this, or Cincinella. So incredibly, this has been on the desk of Attorney General William Barr, who hasn't done anything with it. The justice guys were talked to said that she didn't take millions of dollars. She took billions of dollars, and she spread it around to her cronies and her shell companies, corporations, dummy companies, and then kicked the money back to the Clinton Foundation, and they have even kicked money back into offshore accounts belonging to Bill and Hillary. This puts their hands right into the cookie jar of the U.S. Treasury, taking and diverting tax monies for profit. That is complete theft. That's fraud. Why aren't these people in shackles yet? Who is running the Justice Department? The Clintons? And you may wonder why the establishment in D.C. impeached Trump and want to remove him before the entire lid blows off this story. This is the swamp. This story is developing. Warning. This podcast does have some explicit language, but you're all adults. It's about an hour long. I'll just play a little intro into it, and I'll leave the link below. Get over there, check it out. Again, Thomas Paine, this podcast, and I'll leave a link here from the True Pundit. Again, I'm Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you. And where we go one, we go all.
The American people can well be proud of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and every citizen can profit by Director Hoover's repeated warnings. Says Director Hoover, we cherish our American institutions and our heritage of freedom. But today our way of life is under attack by two dangerous enemies: the criminal hordes who live by violence and lawlessness, and the subversive hordes who seek to destroy all that is free and all that is sacred.
Thomas Paine Podcast, Episode 5. Just cut that off right there. Enough of this Casey Kasem hour. Sometimes I look at this mixing board and I feel like I'm Don Cornelius on Soul Train, spinning the tunes, but so much to pack into this episode, and we have breaking news, we have some fun stuff we're leading off with, kind of ease into things, but we'll be breaking some news on here. There's going to be something for everybody in this show, believe me. We'll break some news, some what I consider massive news. If you're a fan of American Greed, Stacy Keach, that television show, which I tend to watch from time to time. I don't watch much TV, but I have watched American Greed. This is like American Greed level stuff with the Hillary Clinton and the Clinton cartel and her whole posse of criminals. And it doesn't reflect very well on the Department of Justice. But I'm talking American. This makes some of the stuff on American Greed look like someone stole a cupcake from a